4.
All right.
We're here.
Doing it. We're here.
We're doing the thing.
You are?
I'm Molly.
And I'm Kate.
And we're not dying.
No, we're moms.
Yep.
We did it!
Good job.
And we're both really excited to start this.
We are excited to start this.
Yeah, we talked about it, 2 weeks ago?
I would say not very long, just a couple weeks, I think, yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
With decorations.
I know, Kate put all this together because she's so cute.
And a little set.
Mm-hmm.
And microphones.
And a baby.
And a baby who's supposed to be napping.
She said, nope, got to stay awake for the excitement here.
She's going to eat metal. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when we started talking about doing this, it was really just, we have so much to say.
Right.
And feel like it could relate to other people. Yeah.
Yep.
So here we are. And we're going to talk about everything from motherhood to
sports, to
sports,
children,
children,
being taxi drivers,
husbands.
Oh my goodness.
Meal prepping.
Oh my gosh, worse. I'm just kidding.
It is worse.
You gave me a really good, fun little meal prep yesterday, though, that worked out really good.
Did you make it?
Mm-hmm.
That was a TikToker. My barefoot neighbor?
Yeah. Yep. I had actually never seen him. So that shows you how much I'm on TikTok, which is like hardly at all. But we like pot pie in my house all the time. So like having the big one was really nice. And now we have leftovers, where before, when we have a regular pot pie, it's gone immediately.
Are you stuck? She had her mouth like half.
What you doing?
Yeah, we made that on Monday night. It was a good like prep ahead. I didn't tell you what Michael did Monday night when I made that. So we had the Booster Club meeting on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I had cooked the chicken all day in the crock pot, and then I assembled the chicken cobbler for the family to put in the oven because it had to bake for an hour.
Right.
So, and it's, as you, I'm sure, remember, but for our listeners, it's very liquidy when you put it together before it comes out of the oven. So I had told my Molly, was going to put it in the oven. For listeners, one of my daughters is Molly.
Yep.
I've covered it in aluminum foil and left it out and was like, it needs to go in the oven in an hour, and it needs to stay in there for an hour. When you go to put it in, make sure you take the aluminum foil off.
Uh-oh.
And you can put it in there and it'll just bake. The oven's already on. I'll just leave it on. That's all you need to do. Well, Monday was like our first really pretty day.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids went outside, and I guess Michael, my husband, told Molly not to worry about it. He's got it. And I came home.
Never good. Never good.
Oh, never good, right? So I came home, and he did not realize how liquidy it was, I guess, and spilt it all over the oven door, and made quite the milky, biscuity mess.
But it still turned out for everyone to eat. He just spilled some of it all over the place.
But then, of course, he didn't clean up the mess.
Naturally.
I cleaned up the mess because he didn't know how to clean up the mess. So
he spilt it and then put it in the oven.
Oh yes,
with
he baked
the mess
it
all over the door. Yeah,
so we have 2 ovens, but I don't know that he switched to use the other oven at that point. So I got
thought that's funny?
Deep clean our oven Monday night after that.
But you had a good, nice, quick, easy chicken cobbler.
And it
was really good.
It was really delicious.
I actually had leftovers for breakfast this morning of chicken cobbler.
You had protein.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have protein, so
I have to have protein or I can't feed her.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
I had donuts. I lived on carbs.
Donuts is good.
Yeah. So that was a milky mess. But the meals, I feel like as a mom, that's just one thing that nobody preps you for is the fact that you have to feed
your
all
family
these
every
people
day.
every day. You don't get a day that you
honestly
don't.
We repeat a lot of meals. Do you repeat a lot of meals, or do you always try to do the same thing over and over again?
Like leftover repeat?
No,
or
like
week to week.
Week to week, I make like the same meals because my husband likes the same thing over and over again too. And it's like we rotate 3 meals, and it's chicken Alfredo.
Oh, I love Alfredo.
I make really good Alfredo, just so everybody knows. It's
that Olive Garden background.
No, it's better than Olive Garden.
Is it?
Olive Garden's Alfredo is. I love Olive Garden, but their Alfredo is. It's not where it's at. But no, we do chicken Alfredo, and I do fried chicken tenders with mashed potatoes and baked mac and cheese because we like carbs apparently.
It's okay.
And then he does like steak and potato, and that's kind of when the kids get their chicken nuggets and their little kid meal.
Yeah.
And then tacos.
Oh,
tacos and taco salad.
So my family is full of ADHDers. Not sure if you know that. And we do have like hyperfixation meals, but it's hard to like balance and keep all of them happy with their hyperfixations. So I try and like mix it up. For a long time, sausage pasta was on the rotation, which is like it's a homemade Alfredo with like bell peppers and onions, and then I call it smoked sausage, but it's like the Eckrich Farm sausage.
No, I also call that smoked sausage.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. And Michael is over it. The kids are still on it, but I can't make that anymore. So recently I did find a like mom hack where I go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to give me a dinner plan for 5 people for 5 days and a grocery list and keep it under X amount of money.
Right.
And ChatGPT gives me my 5 meals and my grocery list and everything else.
I honestly love that and feel like I need to start doing that.
It really takes like the mental load of prepping dinner out of like your brain.
Yeah, it is. As moms, I think we all know, like, it can be so like mentally frustrating to be like, oh, gotta make dinner again. And then you're in the kitchen, the kids get home from school with the limited time that you have with them already, and then you feel like you're in the kitchen forever because you gotta make dinner.
Well, and then you have to clean up dinner.
Yeah, it's like you don't get to spend time with them.
Yeah. Let's talk about that though. Like, so we have active kids.
Yeah.
That's how we met.
Yeah. Cheer World.
Yes.
Our daughters cheer. Not necessarily together, but they're at the same gym.
Yeah, they've not been on the same team yet. But they tumble together.
Yeah.
They have similar skills in that aspect.
Yeah, they do go to the same tumbling class.
Yeah.
And we've known each other since what?
We've been in each other's peripheral for
a year.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess I was pregnant with her.
Yeah.
Good looking out.
But then have gotten to know each other better through mutual friends, I would say. And then
because as a parent, all of your friends come from
moms.
The moms and other moms in sports with children.
Yeah, it's hard to have friends. Not impossible, but it's definitely harder to have friends that don't have kids that do the same thing that your kids do.
I have noticed too, especially in the last 4 years that Iris has been, going to the gym and doing cheer, like, not that I've lost certain friends, but like your circle of friends changes to who you're around all the time. And like, it's like a whole shift. And like, my closest grouping are cheer moms now because we're at the gym 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And those are the people that you're around.
So I've always been like I don't know, you would probably know better. I don't know if it's like my sun sign or my moon sign that's like this, but I have always like, if you're in my life during that phase of my life, you have the potential to be my friend. And those are the people that I keep close to me. But like, if that season of my life ends and that person drifts away, it doesn't come with like a grief period for me. But I feel like that's just because of who I am. So
at that time, and it was the way that it was meant to be, and that person was there for that season.
Yeah.
And you guys grew together, and now you don't necessarily need that person with that season anymore.
But do you have like a grief with certain people where it's like...
There are certain people that I have griefs with because, not griefs with, I worded that wrong, but there are certain friends that I feel losses with that I wish I hadn't lost certain friendships with them because our paths are just different. Like, I have friends that don't have kids and are like married but doing, so like our paths are two completely different, and you miss those people. I do. I grieve some relationships, but then there are others where it's just like, I'm happy that I had that experience with them and that time together as friends. And like we were there growing together in that time. So, but yeah.
See, and I feel like sometimes I'm a heartless bitch because I don't have that like grief of like, oh.
I'm a people, not that you're not a people person, but I'm like a people person.
I am a people person.
But
when those people leave.
Mm-hmm. I have at least two that are in my brain right now that I'm like, I'm really sad that we're not like,
and I think
close friends anymore.
I feel like that is, I wish I had more of that.
Yeah.
Like it makes me wonder like if my friendships were deep enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't feel like you can be hard on yourself like that though. Like they weren't deep.
I can be. But I do have one friend that like we met because our kids played sports together. Mm-hmm. And we maintain a friendship because we want to maintain a friendship.
Right. And it was a person that you really needed in your life.
Like, yeah. She's great.
Yeah.
You've met her. It's Tiffany. She owns the Hoppy Vine, the
wine
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you work with her sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Do you love doing that?
Yeah, because I get to like serve people wine slushies and meet people and laugh
and no one talks more than when they're drinking wine.
Yes. And they have to like come up to the trailer. It's not like I'm stuck in a conversation.
Yeah.
Because there's most likely somebody behind. So I can have a quick convo, give them their wine, they give me their tip.
Right.
And then they can skirt on back to like the concert or whatever.
Right.
So
you're being wild.
Amira.
Do you want an introduction?
Yeah. Let's talk about her.
My 7-month-old baby girl.
She was supposed to nap.
She was supposed to nap.
We had some technical.
To be fair, she did. She got a good 30-40 minutes in, which this would have been the time for that. Oh, you want your toy? Do you want your toy?
Sponsors, we could have had like a commercial break. That
right. One day we'll have that.
Yeah. It's a lot long. Our break was a lot longer than what?
Yeah, it was definitely not a 30-second to a minute break, but it's fine. We made it through. We're learning.
Yeah. And we're not dying.
Right, because we're moms. I said cuz.
That's okay. Okay, so getting back into it, let's talk more about like why we had like let's talk about being moms.
Yeah. Our
kids.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
The children.
You want to start?
No, you can start.
Why?
Because I'm going to play off you.
Oh, okay. So I have 3.
I also have 3. We both have 3 children.
Yes. And we both have 1 boy, 2 girls.
Yep.
In that order.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I didn't realize the order was the same too.
I didn't either until like saying it out loud. But
yeah, they both the girls, they have big brothers.
Yeah.
So how old is Jake?
14.
Okay. Orion's going to be 10 at the end of this month.
So he's the girl's age.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, he's almost like a whole year younger.
Because Molly and Macy are already 10.
Yeah, they'll be 11. So yeah, so Molly and Macy are twins. And they'll be 11 in
June.
Yeah, all my babies are June babies.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah. Special guest star.
He came.
Remy the cat.
We love Remy. He's like, it's nap time. I'm ready to come sit on somebody's lap.
Yeah. Come sit on mine, bud.
But and then Iris is 8 and she'll be 9. So we have age ranges with our kiddos. This is all I wanted.
A baby and a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to show your butt off to the camera? No, you're going to be a gentleman. Oh, there's still time. And our kids are busy.
They're very busy.
Yeah.
Busier than I was when I was a child.
Oh. For sure.
Like, so busy. My husband gets upset with Iris's schedule. He's like, she's gone from the house all the time.
So Iris is your busiest kid.
Iris is definitely busier. Orion plays soccer and basketball, but they're at different times, but they're just like rec leagues. So he hasn't gotten to anything super crazy as of now. We'll see what happens. Because I think he's really going to want to do some serious stuff with basketball as he gets older.
That gets serious.
Yeah.
And there's leagues out there for him.
Yeah, but he also really loves soccer too, so I don't know. He might go full throttle with both. We'll see.
I wanted a soccer player so bad.
Really?
Yes.
Soccer is fun to watch.
I love it. I didn't play sports when I was a kid, which is funny because all of my kids are
really
active. Yeah. I danced when I was little, like just like dance class, and we had a recital in the spring. Not competitive dance at all.
I played all the sports when I was a child, but they were like rec type things. Like they weren't like serious. But yeah, I played volleyball. I played softball. I played lacrosse.
Oh, Tiffany coaches lacrosse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she coaches the girls.
I loved lacrosse, and I only played it for like a year. And I want to say it was like when I was 17. It was when I was like older, but it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I have like scars on my knees from lacrosse. Yeah.
I just made a really cool lacrosse t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes. The design is awesome.
I think lacrosse is fun. I think it'd be cool if it was, and it's not a big thing in our state. No. I don't feel like is the thing.
My one of my friend's son plays lacrosse, and then Tiffany coaches it. And beyond that, I don't really know anyone that does it. It's
fun. When I played, it was like girls from Avon High School, and I played with Covenant Christian, but we were together because like our league was like from different. I think there was a couple girls from Ben Davis, Avon, Covenant, because me and my friend Covenant Christian school, so like we played with this league of girls. Like we were all from different schools though, because none of the schools had enough to do a team.
I'm pretty confident that's how it still is.
Yeah. It was fun though. I really enjoyed it. I was a super like, I was like a blend of a tomboy and like a girly girl. Very strange. I did both.
I was a theater kid, but then I had a friend in high school who was a year older than me, and she was the boys' soccer manager. And so she wrote me into being a soccer manager, and I loved it. And so that was like my claim to fame with sports. But that's why I wanted my kids to play soccer, because I knew the sport.
Could definitely see you being like a soccer mom. Like you, I feel like check all the boxes for a soccer mom.
But I'm not. I'm a basketball mom, a football mom, a travel baseball mom, and a competitive cheer and dance mom.
So what do you think is busier, the travel baseball or the travel cheer and dance?
Or the travel basketball.
Or the travel, I forgot the travel basketball. Yeah. Your kids are busy.
My kids are busy. So it probably depends on the season. During baseball season, it is really crazy because it's 2 practices a week, and then tournaments start on Friday and go through Sunday. And so
and they're like all day.
Yeah, you have potential to be at the baseball field from 8 a.m. to like 11 p.m.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and tournaments start next weekend. So it's still like, I feel like baseball truly goes through all of the weather, because we will sit out in snow with like toes frozen. to
See, I didn't know baseball was that early, like when it was still cold.
Yeah.
It's commitment.
Yes.
But it makes you so proud of your kids too.
I'm so proud of them.
They're so brave and strong and just they
do
it. They do the things.
But then cheer is like all the time busy. Like Molly is probably one of my busiest kids.
I feel like Iris is always busy. Like there's always, because practices twice a week, tumbling. When they have comps, they can be 1 or 2 days depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
And depending on the times, it can go all day, but it's usually not 8 a.m. to 11. Hoofed.
Yeah. It depends on the times for comps. And Molly usually comps that have both cheer and dance are longer
big days
for her because she has like those girls that compete on 4 teams.
I couldn't imagine.
Oh gosh.
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
And Iris wants to dance so bad.
Oh, I want Iris.
I know.
But Molly ages out of minis.
Oh, she won't be able to do it.
Well, she will
with that group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. So she probably won't dance next year. We might have to wait another year. We'll see.
Does Iris age out of minis for cheer this year?
No. This is her first year on minis.
She doesn't. What a bummer.
Yeah. Iris's birth year is 2016. So yeah, she'll be 9.
Okay.
In September.
So for people that don't know us, Iris is one of the flyers
on her cheer team.
And Molly is traditionally a bass. And I would love to see Molly fly Iris.
We'll see what happens next year. Yeah. Not that this matters for the pod, but do you know which tryout you're going to in April or May?
No.
Okay, we'll have to coordinate that together at some time. We'll have to have him go to the same one.
Yeah.
So he came back to me.
I think the April one the 26th. So I don't know. That's April 26th was my mom's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what kind of headspace
you'll be in. That makes sense.
The family will be in. Like, you've got.
This is all.
He's posing.
I know.
He is.
This is it. This is happiness.
Are you okay?
He's purring. I can feel it.
Oh yeah, he's so happy.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And Sully is.
I don't have a cat. He's climbing.
Sully is, yes.
He's into something. Yeah, I don't have a cat, so coming to your house, I'm like, yes. Give me all the kitty cats. I love them.
Sit and love.
I love them. But yeah, the kids are busy. And that's basically how we became friends.
Yeah.
Cheer world.
Yeah.
Here we are. That crazy thing that is cheer that will drive you crazy, but also you love at the same time.
I feel like that is a whole episode of just
drama,
the highs and the lows. Yeah. So
there's
a lot of good. There's a lot of good.
There are definitely pros and cons, 1,000%.
But I would love to know, like, if other gyms have as much. I mean, drama. Like, so I came from another gym.
Okay.
And
I don't remember which one you came from.
I came from one. I don't want to name names.
Okay, just another gym.
Yeah, it's a purple gym that's near us that wore pants.
Okay.
They used to wear pants. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And their owner, so there definitely wasn't in the younger group. Molly was on minis there. There wasn't a closeness with the moms. Like, we didn't hang out.
Right.
I definitely wouldn't have traveled with any of the moms for comps, which is all I do now.
I'm like, it just makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, easier, cheaper, everything. And there was never like back and forth in group me's, and I feel like group me could be a whole episode of a podcast too.
Same thing. Yeah, I was on that page.
But there was no arguing with coaches. There was no arguing for spots. Like, it was what it was, and that was it. Period.
Yeah.
You couldn't watch practice. They opened up practice once a week for parents to watch from a window. Other than that, like, all the windows were blacked out. And like, I feel like our current gym, I do love it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to love about it.
There is a lot to love about it.
But there's a lot of room for chatter and drama. And
yeah, for sure.
criticism and.
But I feel like you're going to get that anywhere. I guess you just said you didn't have that there, but
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it there. Now maybe it was on the older teams, but
because she was on a younger team.
Yeah.
Molly was. Yeah, we've been at the gym. Iris did toddler tumbling there when she was 3, and she's 8 now. So like we've been there for a hot minute. But we didn't, like, the first year she was eligible for cheer, we didn't do travel cheer. We did a prep cheer with the gym. So it was like at the gym because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So I wanted to be prepped for it. And then when I got into it, I was like, okay. I'm glad we did the prep cheer because I feel like it helped.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so like a tornado all when it happened because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But we love it.
I do.
It's like a family though. Like even with all the drama and the chaos, I feel like a lot of us are very much family. Like we've grown to be a family, and like it's hard to want to walk away from that.
It is.
Even with all the chaos that comes with it.
Yeah.
You know? And the girls love it.
They do.
At the end of the day.
I love Molly's coaches.
Same.
She's got 2, and
Iris, yeah, they both have. They share a coach.
And I really do feel like the coach has all the girls' best interest in heart.
I agree with that 1,000%.
And I do feel like that coach too has the parents' best interest at heart. Like,
I agree.
Yeah. And that's hard to like. So for people that aren't accustomed to the cheer world, but maybe accustomed to sports world,
right?
And like know that cheer is an investment.
Oh, 1,000%.
A travel baseball player before I had a competitive cheerleader, and travel baseball is an investment. I will say that. Like, we're good. I mean, a bat is $400. You have player fees of $1,000, then you have tournament fees on top of that, and uniforms, and so you're easily like $3,000 in for the season.
Yeah.
And
straight out the gate.
Like, wow, that's expensive. And then I got to
cheer
and dance. And that's just like, I mean,
it's it's
a lot more than travel baseball. And so when you're thinking about like putting your kid in it, like you for sure want to make sure they enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Molly's going to get like I don't feel like my Molly's going to be the next Gabby Butler, you know, like she's not going to make a living off of
doing it.
And that's okay as long as she's enjoying it.
That's what I tell Iris all the time. Like, if you're here and you want to do this, like I'm all in with you. But like, if you don't want to, like, say the word, like, because some parents are like, this is what you're doing. You have to do this. And I'm just like, never. Like, what you want to do, we are going all in. Like, whatever you want, here we go. I support you.
I also feel like so baseball, basketball, football, I know their rules.
Yeah.
I could say like, hey, that they traveled, or oh no, that was an infield pop fly. Like,
I'm like, I don't even know what you just said.
Right.
No idea, over my head.
But for me, it's like, what do you mean they didn't do a full extension?
Right.
What's a show and go? Like, I'm 3 years in and I have no idea.
And the thing with cheer too is like, it's judge's discretion. Because like
so
sometimes it's like they do the same thing, but it's like they feel this way, they feel that way. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do we fix that? You don't know.
The routine could look exactly the same. Sometimes better, and they score a 93, but then they scored a 97 last weekend.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know anything about plays for like travel. You got me there. I know what travel is, but that's it.
Yeah.
I just had a almost 10-year-old explain to me the other day what offsides meant in soccer, because I had no idea. That's how oblivious I am to like
the offensive player is in front of the defensive player.
Yeah, and just goes through and doesn't, give them the chance to actually go with each other.
I can do that sports world.
I can see you like being a ref for like
Oh my gosh, I'd love to
Yeah,
blow a whistle.
I definitely, I see that for you. I think you'd be great at it.
Molly asked me the other day if I would ever be a cheer coach, and I laughed out loud because I'm like, Molly, I don't know what you know.
Right. I couldn't be.
No.
There's no way. I'm like, I will support everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I will sing songs. I will make up cheers. Like, I will hype anybody up. But like coaching anything, count me out.
No.
It's not me.
That's an interesting like segue to hyping anyone up and everything. I feel like as moms getting to know these other kids, like we become cheerleaders
For the other kids.
Yeah. Like,
because you want to see everybody win. You want to see them all do well.
Yeah, you do.
And like when you see other kids get new skills and like their lines are beautiful with their tumbling, you're just like, way to go. Like you killed that. Like
it's not
supporting each other.
It doesn't become like a competitive
Mm-mm.
like which
my kid's better than yours
it could
or
turn into, but I feel like
you want to see these kids win.
Is not,
yeah, I agree with that. I feel like it's very much love, and like even when you go to tumbling and like kids are working on new things and it's just like everyone cheers for them, like you've got this, let's go, and then they do it. I love watching kids get new skills. I love seeing them get like excited and light up about it. Like I love my kid getting new skills, obviously, but yeah, I love watching other kids do new things.
Yeah.
Even you just showed me Molly one-manned yesterday, and I was like, that's amazing. Like, that's so cool.
So, for people, again, not in the cheer world, a one-man is like, so my Molly is 10, and a one-man stunt is to base a flyer on your own.
Yeah, by yourself.
She held a little girl that was 9.
Yeah, they're close.
They're close in age. They're on the same team.
Yeah.
And she just
held her up, based her. Strong.
Yeah. Yeah, and so we had a competition this last weekend. I think I watched all but one of our teams. Because it was just a little too early for me to get there.
Yeah.
But I stayed and watched, and there's this one girl, Maddie, who's on some of the older teams, and she's such a showman.
I love her.
I do too.
I love her.
She's a flyer, but if she catches whoever's eye she catches,
when we're watching,
yes, she'll like
wink or do,
she winks and she shimmies. But I told her, I was like, Maddie, you made me cry. Because before her routine started, she winked over. It was me and Macy standing and watching her. I guess Molly Molly was down with Daphne, but she winked and shimmied and then gave us heart hands.
I love her.
And I was like,
she's so sweet.
Oh.
She did that. Iris and one of Iris's friends were watching them perform, and it was like right before it started, she looked at him and did like a shimmy and like winked at him, and it made the little girl's day. Like
the little girls just, it makes the little girl's day. And here I am, a 42-year-old woman,
like,
and I'm like, oh, Maddie!
I love it. No, she's sweet. I love her.
Yeah,
she's a baby doll. I'm like, if personal stuff, I watched her. Like, I worked in daycare years ago, so like I knew her when she was like 3 years old.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Maybe you told me.
Yeah, like I knew her.
I remembered it if you didn't say it.
I knew her when she was like a tiny little baby. So when we went to the gym and like she was there, I was like, it was like a full circle thing. Because
cool
when my Iris was like toddler, she would help with the toddler tumbling. So like she was helping my 3-4-year-old daughter. And I was like, I watched her when she was 3 and 4 years old. So it was like a sweet little moment that came back together there.
No kidding. You are in heaven.
I am. I'm like about to cry in heaven. That's how I feel. Oh. My emotions. I know I stole your Remy.
That's okay.
He's happy.
He is happy. So we have a comp this weekend.
And we just had a comp last weekend too.
Yes. And then we have a break.
We have a pretty big break.
We do. Like almost a month. And then Macy starts travel baseball. So Macy is a girl, but she plays on the boys travel baseball team.
She's a beast.
She's also a beast, yes.
And she plays a little bit of everything, doesn't she?
She plays baseball and basketball. She played football for a while.
Well, I meant
in
the
baseball,
positions in baseball.
Yes, she's a utility. She used to catch. She doesn't want to catch anymore. She had knee trouble. Both girls had knee trouble. Macy had a growth plate injury.
Oh, wow.
And she had to stop catching for a while, but I don't think she ever like felt great about it. She's also bigger, and catchers like not like big. She's just tall and sturdy.
Right.
And we do have some kids on the team that are more sprightly. Is that a word?
I would say so. I'll allow it.
Thank you. Like littler that are really quick behind the plate and can get that ball and shoot it off. So she stopped catching, but she pitches. She plays first base and third base, and then she's good in the outfield.
Yeah, I love that. I love a kid that can do it all.
Me too.
It's pretty cool. It's like a proud moment.
It is. She started playing when she was 3.
Really?
Yeah, she started playing t-ball because we lived a town over, and they started allowing it at 4, but her big brother played, and she really wanted to play, wouldn't stop talking about it. And the league wasn't expensive. It was like $50, you know? So I was like, well, Michael, we can try it, you know? Yeah. And Molly wanted to play too. So we signed them both up because it was girls and boys, because they don't start softball young. They only have baseball young. So we started her in like a coach pitch league. Molly didn't even make it through one practice.
Really?
Yeah. But got a t-shirt out of it.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yep. And Macy loved it and played the whole time. Anyway, the coach at the end of the season found out that because it was June.
Yeah.
And so she was having a birthday, and he's like, how is she going to be 5? And I was like, no, she's going to be 4. And he was like, I'm sorry.
Shocked.
This whole time she's been 3. And I was like, yeah. He's like, for the attention span to like make it through a baseball game at 3 is, he's like, my kids struggle at 5.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's where she started. And then by the time she was old enough to play softball, like by the time they had that softball league, she was like,
I don't want to do that.
No.
I'm playing baseball.
That ball's funky. Like
they're so different.
Yeah. They pitch weird. She didn't want anything.
That makes sense. Because I was opposite. I played softball in like 2nd grade, I want to say. And then like 5th or 6th rolled around, and like you could play baseball too. And like I was like, this ball is small. I don't like it. Don't want anything to do with it.
Like, Macy, you have a bigger target to
hit.
The
softball is bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated baseballs. No offense. But at the time, I was like, no. I don't want to play that.
That's fine. So there are stereotypes with moms, right? Like crazy cheer moms and crazy baseball moms. And so, but I don't feel like there's crazy soccer moms. There's just like the soccer mom stereotype, the football mom stereotype, but like that's more like you have all the snacks.
Right.
Or like a football mom has a cowbell.
Yeah, like they're the team mom. Like everybody's the team mom.
Yes. But I feel like baseball and cheer moms come with like a lot of crazy. So what does it say about me that like
you have both?
I'm both.
You are all in. You are dedicated. You're a dedicated mom to your kids.
Am I crazy?
And I don't feel like we're crazy cheer moms. I really don't. Maybe.
I guess it depends on who you ask.
We'll have to have one of the moms on and have her do an interview and let her tell us all about ourselves.
Can we pre-interview to see what they say? I'm just kidding. Are you going to paint us in a bad light?
I don't think we're crazy cheer moms.
I don't think you're a crazy cheer mom.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I try to be mellow for everyone.
Yeah.
I really try. I try to balance everything out. I try to see things from both sides when people get upset about things or like this should happen or that. It's like, well, look at it from this point of view.
Yeah.
Look at it from here. Like,
I feel like there's probably big emotions in both sports because of like the investment.
It is a lot.
Not just the money investment, but the time investment. Like
Because your kids are putting a lot into it.
Yeah.
And they want to do well, and you want them to do well. And like, it is a lot. It's a lot of their time, and it's a lot of our money. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah. So
Here I go being toxic. I'm like, they just want to have fun. I just want them to have fun. And if they're having fun, it's okay. If they're having fun, it's okay. That's all that matters.
Yes.
So that's the outlook I try to give
Yeah.
to the cheer stuff personally for myself. But I wouldn't say you're crazy. I've never seen you at a baseball game though, so I'm gonna have to come.
Oh, I'm loud. I'm
gonna have to come scope it out.
So at both sports, I've actually peed my pants. Baseball was the worst one. After kids, like, let's be real.
It's hard.
Kids, your bladder's not the same.
Yeah, because it's like you're fine, and then like 2 seconds later, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
So Macy, it was her first, and now at a baseball game, I won't wait. I don't care how close the score is. I don't care how close we are to being over. If it hits and I have to pee after this incident, I will
go.
So we were down south about an hour and a half, kind of close to Bloomington.
Okay.
And we'd gone to a tournament down there. There were quite a few people on our team that owned campers at the time.
Okay.
We do not own a camper. We don't have time
to
have a camper. But Michael grew up going camping and has always wanted to go camping. So there was like one of those, I think it's called Jellystone campgrounds down there.
Yep.
And I had agreed to go camping. So like the reason I'm saying that is it had been a long, hot weekend sleeping outside, but luckily I did have a full change of clothes in my car.
Good.
Because
this was the baseball incident.
Yes. So it was the end of the game. It was the semifinal game. Like, so to go to the final game to win the ring, like that's the goal, is to win the ring, right? And this team was ugly. Like, you know how you just sometimes face teams that are just their personalives, not the kids, it was the other parents.
Yeah, the energy that's coming from.
I've always said I will cheer very loud for my kid. I will never cheer against another team.
Agree.
But I will be very loud for my team.
Yeah.
And this was Coach Pitch, and they were cheering strikeouts for our kids. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not going to cheer when your kid strikes out. My kid's not pitching. Yeah. Now, if my kid's pitching and they throw a strikeout, for sure, I'm going to be like, good job, Macy. Like, she's doing her job. But if your coach is pitching to the kid, so this team was just ugly. It was an intense game. It had gone into extra innings because it had been tied.
So close, yeah.
And I had to pee, and one of our kids hit a game-winning walk-off. And I got really excited. I had been sitting in my seat, and I sprung up out of my seat and jumped up and down. And it just happened. It just happened. It is what it is. And I looked at my friend Sarah, and I said, I just peed my pants.
Yep. Get me out of here.
I was like, not just a little. And she was like, go. So I went to, I actually just skipped the bathroom, went to the car and got a change of clothes, and then went to the bathroom because it was just like, that's how bad it was.
Hilarious. It wasn't bad. It happens. It happens to the best of us, Kate. Well, it's fine.
And then at WSF this year,
I think I remember that.
The same comp that I fell the day before, I was really excited. I thought our team did so great.
They did really well at WSF. Sorry, interject that really quick. They did.
They performed well. We didn't score well.
Yeah.
But it was really overwhelming. And again, I jumped up and down.
You got to stop jumping for your kids.
I do. And I looked at our friend Danielle, and I was like, I just peed my pants.
Yep.
Like,
it happens.
Yeah. And I had to go and change my clothes then too, because it was like, you can't walk around with pee pants.
Oh no, absolutely not. Thankfully I have not yet ever peed my pants in a public setting. knock on wood. In the house, I've had, whatever. But like,
a little episode.
Yeah, I've had a little episode at home, but never knocking on the wood hard. Never in a public place.
Well, now I pee before every like game or like before Molly goes on stage.
And you always get like, for me anyways, before Iris goes on, like it's like when you're getting down to like 10 or 15 minutes before their performance, is like, I better go to the bathroom right now, or it's going to be over. Yeah, it's just it's going to be a mess.
Yeah,
because then you have that internal fear that you are going to like dribble or pee in your pants a little bit.
A dribble I would have been fine with. Both these instances were so far from a dribble.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, she's
I'm so sorry.
She's chilling.
I did it.
I think that was me. Sweetie pie.
She's tired. Yeah. So, and in both instances, it's like, well, I'm not dying.
Right. I'm a mom.
Yeah.
That's how we live.
I think this is going to be fun.
I think so too. I'm excited. I don't even know if we touched base on that a whole lot.
Which part?
Our journey into podcasting.
No.
We'll see.
It'll just be
we're gonna snuggle.
Flows, so.
We're gonna try to flow as much as we can.
Yeah.
Sweetie pie.
Yeah, but I guess we probably need a sign off, like something that we say at the end of everything, right?
Like we're not dying.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
moms.
I mean, I guess we do have a tagline. Yeah.